Zendaya snubbed by the Golden Globes and fans go off.
Tana Mongeau breaks her silence and teases some big news.
And Lizzo claps back to haters of her thong outfit.
All that and more on today's Daily Hollywood Rundown.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to today's episode of the Daily Hollywood Rundown. I'm Susan Mora, joined by the lovely Drew.
Hi, you guys.
Hi, you guys.
I'm visiting once again.
Yeah, they're the best days. I love it when Drew is here with us on the dirt. You guys, if it's your first time or not your first time, hit that subscribe button if you haven't before. And also hit the bell to be notified the second we post a new Clevver News update. And leave us comments because you might get featured in You're So Clever later in the week.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
It is. You can leave comments, Drew,
God.
but it'll have to be on days that you're not in
Right.
the Dur studio.
Right.
Be like, oh, this comment from Drew Dorsey. Oh wait a minute.
Is that selfish of me? I'll leave it to you guys. Sorry. Okay. First of all, have you heard about the whole Nick Cannon Eminem feud?
What is going on with that? There is so much going on, right? Oh no, but before we get into that, we need to talk about Lizzo and that outfit.
To put it in simple terms, Lizzo was in the building and feeling herself during Sunday's LA Lakers game versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. The singer seemed to really enjoy herself while sitting courtside during the game, but when it came time for the Laker girls to perform, Lizzo made herself right at home. The second she heard her own song, Juice, blaring throughout the arena, Lizzo joined in on the fun and got up to twerk along with the girls, but it wasn't exactly Lizzo's dancing that has made headlines. Okay, so yes, her backside was blurred out because of YouTube rules and guidelines, but basically Lizzo was out there shaking her moneymaker in a t-shirt dress with the butt cut out in a black thong. Naturally, footage of the iconic moment was captured and went viral on Twitter all of yesterday, and although you can hear the crowd cheering along as she dropped it low, some fans were not exactly pleased with the sports game attire. Lizzo caught word of the critique and took to Twitter Monday to reiterate to fans that she is who she is and she's not gonna change, so basically you can learn to deal with it.
Who I am and the essence of me and the things that I choose to do as a grown woman can inspire you to do the same. You don't have to be like me. You need to be like you. And never ever let somebody stop you or shame you from being yourself. Like, this is who I've always been. Now everyone's looking at it. And your criticism can just remain your criticism. Your criticism has no effect on me. Negative criticism has no stake in my life.
She went on to add that, try as you might, but nothing really breaks my joy. I'm a solid, grounded person, and I know that I'm shocking because you've never seen in a long time a body like mine doing whatever it wants to do and dressing the way it dresses and moving the way that it moves. Thankfully, Lizzo and her juice were not too affected in the slightest because later on in the game, she was interviewed by Fox Sports and revealed to the outlet that she had her eye on a certain Minnesota player.
Who are you cheering for tonight in this basketball game?
Let me tell you something, both teams are great. I'm personally cheering for number 32.
Carl Anthony Towns?
Mm-hmm.
That's your guy?
That's my baby.
Okay. You know him?
Nope.
Not yet.
Although Lizzo revealed that she's never actually met Carl Anthony Towns, she's already got one song about a pro ball player from Minnesota, so what's one more? What do you think about this, Susan? I'm curious.
We were all talking about this yesterday, and everyone in the team was like divided, and most of the time no one's divided when it comes to Lizzo. Everyone's always on like one side of the fence, but yesterday there were some people in our team saying it was too much for a basketball game because there was kids there and there was families there. So like I understand that point, but then I also understand that this is Lizzo and this is Lizzo being Lizzo, and
I love her juice.
I love her juice too, and I love the fact that she went to social media and literally it was like a TED Talk.
Yeah.
Where I was so inspired listening to her speak, and she said this is her. People need to get used to it, and she's not about to change and shrink herself for everybody else. So
I think it's good that she did this. I do agree, yes, there's a time and a place for everything. It was a basketball game with families, whatever. But at the same time, I see what she's trying to do, and she's just living her truth and just being Lizzo, you know?
So as you might know, last week we reported on it here on DHR that Tana took to Instagram to say she was taking a break from social media and needed to take a step back and spend time on her own. It's a long post, a whole bunch of things were said, but now it looks like she has something to say and she's teasing to fans. she's got a lot more coming. As we just mentioned, last week, Tana shared this post to Instagram of a sky with a lengthy caption where she opened up and explained that she needed to take a step back from social media. She said, quote, "I think I'm gonna take a few days break from socials for my brain. All love to everyone in my life and zero shade to anyone. I just want to take a little time to tell the people I love that I love them and not care about comments or tweets or people's opinions of me for the first time in 6 years." Of course, timing-wise, this was not long after Jake Paul posted this Jalissa throwback with the caption, "What I never got to say, these days December 13th. And we reported on how Tana fans were coming for Jake over this in the comments section, and since then Jake has actually also posted another risque teaser for his December 13th video. But anyway, back to Tana. So that Sky post is the last post on her Instagram feed at the moment. However, over on Twitter, in response to a fan yesterday afternoon, Tana seems to have broken her silence on what she is up to and what she is planning when it comes to her return on social media, albeit vaguely. A Twitter fan tweeted saying, "Yo, I miss Tana so much, but I hope that she's enjoying her break and that the universe is being kind to her because that's what she deserves." Well, Tana actually took the time to respond to this fan's tweet saying, "I'll be back with a lot to say soon, my loves. Working hard in general and on me. I love you." Fans were flooding her tweet with support messages like, "I love you and miss you. Take as much time as you need." However, with her saying, "I'll be back with a lot to say soon," while fans flooded her tweet with support, they were also patiently waiting to hear what the news might be, and as you can imagine, Jake's name was mentioned. Like this person who said, "Drop Jake and you'll feel a million times better and less stressed." While some other fans were speculating that divorce is imminent, like divorce coming soon.
Well, I'm not going to disagree. I think that her getting married to Jake Paul may have added some stress. Call me crazy. But girl, live your life. I think it's good that you're taking this break away from social media.
Yes.
Come back when you're ready.
Come back when you're ready. Friday the 13th, which is kind of spooky that it's Friday the 13th, is the day that Jake is dropping his video that, you know, that he's got a lot to say in. It's also the Streamies on Friday, and Tana is nominated for, I think at least one or maybe more awards this Friday. So I hope she's going to be there, and whether she's going to return to social before then or not, I guess all will be revealed.
Okay, Susan, moving on to the feud heard around the internet today.
What's going on with that?
So, Nick Cannon and Eminem have been feuding for what seems like forever, and it's just continuing on into the new year. Talk about it. Eminem and Nick Cannon are officially feuding, and this feud takes us back all the way to 2001. Talk about beef we didn't know we needed. All right, so there's a lot to break down, and I'm gonna do my best to make this timeline as smooth as possible. It all started Monday night when Nick Cannon came for Eminem in a new diss track called The Invitation. Nick made a 5-minute song that acts as a legit invitation that Nick is extending to Eminem to come on his MTV comedy battle show Wild 'N Out. Shortly after Nick's song dropped, Eminem retaliated. He tweeted at Nick saying, "You mad, bro? Stop lying on my I never even had a chauffeur, you bougie and he added a clown emoji just for good measure. Eminem then decided to take the high road and made a joke out of it all, tweeting, "I demand an apology, Nicholas. You've made my gardener so jealous." Well, Nick didn't catch on to the lightheartedness of it and went after him again. Nick tweeted, "F apologies. Pull up. Bring your gardener, chauffeur, your male nurse, and whoever else you're However, Eminem was the one to reignite the feud. He recently released a song with Fat Joe called Lord Above. Eminem raps, "I know me and Mariah didn't end on a high note, but that other dude's whip that got him neutered. Full quit, you're not gonna do I let her chop my off too before I lose to you, Nick." You see, Eminem claims he dated Mariah back in 2001 before Nick Cannon and Mariah were married. After the song dropped, the feud continued on with a bunch of back and forth immature BS between a 47-year-old and a 39-year-old man. Then somehow 50 Cent got into the feud, siding with Eminem. Nick got the last word by posting a bunch of Instagrams with Eminem's face covered up with the old man emoji and this caption, "Fat Joe's album is fire, star-studded. He even did some charity work and dug Eminem out of his cave. Bring your ass to MTV Wild 'N Out to battle like a real legend, Grandpa Marshall." And Eminem hasn't responded yet. This is ridiculous.
Whoa, I got so lost in all of that.
It's easy to, because it's like, what is going on? These are two grown men. I get it started playfully. I think Eminem was like, what's going on? Because he was just like trolling and being funny. Right. And then Nick is taking it so seriously.
I mean, sorry, Nick was on the defense, yeah.
Well, yeah, but like Eminem was like not just kidding around. He wasn't being serious, and Nick was very much so being serious. So.
Well, I just want to say the way you read those
Thank you.
tweets and in the actual tone, I think was so perfect.
Thank you. Happy to be your translator any day, Eminem, Nick Cannon.
All right, Drew, so yesterday the Golden Globe Awards nominations were announced. We're gearing up to awards season. It's like that really exciting time of year. But in the list of nominations and nominees, there was one person in particular, a huge favorite of ours, that was missing, and fans are livid.
Uh-oh.
So like I just mentioned, yesterday the Golden Globes nominations were revealed, and a lot of big productions, actors and actresses were among the nominees, like Frozen 2, The Joker, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and many more. But like often with award show nominations, sometimes it's the shows and people that get missed that cause the most stir online. And let's just say, when the nominations were announced Monday morning, Euphoria and Zendaya fans had a lot to be upset about. Fans and viewers, us included, were shocked that Zendaya and the show didn't score a nomination. Since Euphoria made a huge splash as one of the biggest news shows of 2019, it was hard for fans to ignore that it was completely left off. In particular, we were all expecting Zendaya to score a lead actress nomination for her performance, but that didn't actually happen. Instead, the best performance by an actress in a television drama series nomination list was Jennifer Aniston for The Morning Show, Olivia Colman for The Crown, Jodie Comer for Killing Eve, Nicole Kidman for Big Little Lies, and Reese Witherspoon for The Morning Show. And over on Twitter, fans were going off. Zendaya's fans were up in arms about the perceived snub, expressing their disappointment and anger online. Like this person who said, "They snubbed Zendaya, Golden Globes, shut the f*** up. You're a joke and your career is nothing. You will never be taken seriously as an artist. I'm coming for you every day for the rest of my life, and that's on period." And this person who said, "The Golden Globes just snubbed Zendaya like that, I'm fuming." As well as, "The Golden Globes did Zendaya dirty. I said what I said." As well as, "Hands down, biggest snub is Zendaya not getting nominated." And also this fan who said, "Zendaya did not give one of the most praised and captivating performances of the year, only for the Golden Globes to go crickets and not nominate her." Zendaya's performance since the show aired has been praised by fans and critics alike, which is why everybody was so shocked. Although Euphoria wasn't eligible at the 2019 Emmys, Zendaya was recently nominated for Best Actress in a Drama Series for the 2020 Critics' Choice Awards. I was really shocked that she was missing from that list, honestly. Like, I know that we had some other awards like a few months ago where Euphoria wasn't like in the period that could qualify, but I really expected to see her name on that list yesterday, and I can totally see. I'm one of those fans that's really upset about this.
I am too. This is the thing. Whenever award shows release their nomination list, I'm always upset. There's always something that I wanted to be on it that they didn't recognize. And like, this is the thing. I think it's more so with the Grammys. Like, sometimes people are nominated and sometimes people who aren't nominated should be nominated, and it just seems political. But this is the thing. We just have to give congrats to people who were nominated and be silently upset, but y'all should have nominated Zendaya.
All right, Drew, do you know what time it is?
I sure do.
It's time for the final rundown. 1.5 minutes on the clock, kicking it off with Drew.
Okay, we need to talk about Billie Eilish surprising Alicia Keys and vice versa. So last night, Billie Eilish appeared on The Late Late Show alongside one of her idols, Alicia Keys, who was filling in as the show's guest host. Billie surprised Alicia with a throwback moment, and it's the cutest, most impressive thing you'll see all day. Billie said, quote, "You don't even know? A little surprise. I don't know if they've got this video ready, but a year before Ocean Eyes came out, which is what you covered, which is crazy, I did a cover of Fallen at a talent show at 12. Yes! Billie did that. Yes, Queen, and Alicia was living for the performance as well.
Oh, so good, so good. Moving on to our next story, Cara Delevingne and Ashley Benson have not split. It appeared that Cara, who had been dating Ashley for nearly a year and a half, announced that they broke up in a very straightforward tweet that was posted on Monday night. It read, "Me and Ashley broke up. However, turns out Cara's Twitter was actually hacked at the time and that the tweet has now since been deleted so everyone can breathe easy. While the message was only up for less than 20 minutes, many fans responded to the surprising post with messages of support and love." Glad that wasn't true because I really love them two together.
Same. Okay, moving on. We need to talk about Jordan Woods on Red Table Talk because the lie detector results have been revealed. As reported yesterday, Red Table Talk teased a clip from their upcoming episode where Jordan took a lie detector test while appearing on the show months ago after the scandal. The polygraphist asked a few baseline questions about Jordan before getting into it, asking, "Did you have sexual intercourse with Tristan Thompson?" Jordan responded, "No." And later the polygraphist said, "You definitely passed, and I believe you're being truthful on the test."
Oh. Well, oh. Nope.
Saved by the bell.
I thought we were talking about this yesterday in DHR and like because we were like, oh, why didn't they release it like months ago when she did Red Table Talk? But now we've got it.
Embargo has been released.
All right, you guys, that is it for today's episode of the Daily Hollywood Rundown. Before you go anywhere, we have some questions for you guys.
Per usual, I want to know, what do you guys think about Lizzo shaking her juice at the basketball game? Appropriate, not appropriate? Mom's a word. Don't know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments section what you think about that. And also, what are your thoughts on Zendaya not getting a Golden Globe nomination? How do you feel about that? Because we know how we feel about that.
Mad.
Doesn't change how amazing
At all.
anything is, how amazing she is or the show is. But
Right.
yeah, let us know if you were shocked like we were as well.
Shook. Also, you
Shook
guys, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the things. What else do you guys tell them to do on this show?
We're gonna head out. I'm gonna head out.
Gonna poof out. Should we
Bye,
snap out?
But wait, before you go anywhere, hold on. Catch up on yesterday's episode of DHR right over here. It's a really good one.
Yes, do that. And then also be sure to hit that subscribe button. You guys know what to do.